Bhakti Vinoda Krishna Bhajane Anukula Payajaha Pratidivase Paramasuke Ikara Koro Yeta Shuddha Bhakata Charana Reno Vajanana Anukula Bhakata Seva Paramasiddhi Premalati Karamula Seva Paramasiddhi Premalati Karamula Madhavati Bhakti Janani Chaitanya Palana Kori Bhakti Bhakti Chaitanya Palana Krishna Bhakti Bhakti Boli Parama Arare Kobori Krishna Bhakti Bhakti Boli Parama Arare Kobori Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Gopi Jana Vallabha Devadhari Gopi Jana Gopi Jana Vallabha Devadhari Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Bhajadanandana Yashodanandana Bhajadanandana Yamunatira Jaya Vishnu Par Paramahamsa Parivasaya Ashtaka Saraswati Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Ananta Kota Vaishnav Vrinda Ki
जय
Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki
जय
Jai Sri Gaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Guru Radha Srivastava Gaur Bhaktivedanta Ki
जय
Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Ramakunda Radhakunda Govardhan
जय
Vrindavan Dham
जय
Mayapur Dham
जय
Angamai
जय
Angamai
जय
Ki
जय
Bhakti Devi
जय
Bhagavatam
जय
all glory to the temple, all glory to the temple, all glory to the temple, Nama Om Krishna Vidaya Srirate Bhaktivedanta Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pachari Eva Sesha Navadi Vasita Devasataya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Hare Krishna. Today on this auspicious day of Ekadashi,
Dneska na tento přídní den Ekadaši
we'll be again reading from the 11th canto,
budeme pokračovat z 11. kanta
chapter
zpěvu
20,
20. kapitoly,
verse 27, 28.
verš 27 a 28.
So maybe you like, if you have mobile or something, you might follow.
Pokud máte telefon, můžete
But
následovat.
yesterday we did read the verse, we read the purport also.
Včera jsme četli ten verš a šli jsme skrz význam
And we covered some of the topics in a little discussion yesterday.
a pokryli jsme některé z těch témat, které jsme včera diskutovali.
And today we'll try to cover a few more,
Dneska se pokusím pokrýt ještě víc,
hopefully in a way which is somewhat relevant to our endeavors.
doufám, že způsobem, který je relevantní našemu úsilí.
So today we're only going to read the verse today.
Dneska budeme jenom číst ten verš
And we're expecting that you read the purport or heard the purport yesterday.
a předpokládám, že jste slyšeli nebo jste četli včera ten překlad, ten význam.
Question you and see what you can remember of that purport.
A já se vás budu ptát a uvidím, co si pamatujete z toho významu.
Okay, we just go through the Sanskrit. We started earlier today than yesterday, so I presume we'll finish what 8:45.
Dneska začali dřív než včera, předpokládám, že kolik slyšíme? 45.
Okay. Then it's the 9. With a little more time.
Takže máme trošku víc času dneska do 9.
Jata Shradho
Jata Shradho
Matkatasu
Matkatasu
Nivinaha
Nivinaha
Sarvakarmasu
Sarvakarmasu
Veda Dukatmakan
Saratmakam
Kaman Parityage Pranishvaraha
Ishvaraha
Jata Shradho Matkatasu
Jata Shradho Matkatasu
Nivina Sarvakarmasu
Nirvinak Sarvakarmasu
Veda Dukatmakam Kaman
Dukat Makakaman
Parityage Pranishvaraha
Ityage Pramishvaraha
Jata Shradho Matkatasu
Jata Shradho Matkatasu
Nirvina Sarvakarmasu
Nirvina Sarvakarmasu
Vedakatmakam Kaman
Vedadukat Makakaman
Parityage Pranishvaraha
Ityage Pramishvaraha
Jata Shradho Matkatasu
Nirvina Sarvakarmasu
Jata Shradho Matkatasu Nirvina Sarvakarmasu Vedakatmakam Kaman Parityage Pranishvaraha. Say this. Jata Shradho Matkatasu Nirvina Sarvakarmasu Vedakatmakam Kaman Parityage Pranishvaraha. Jata Shradho Matkatasu Nirvina Sarvakarmasu Vedakatmakam Kaman Parityage Pranishvaraha. I'll just read now the translation, and Harry, you can just read it.
Just only.
Huh? Only the translation in Slovak.
Okay. Můj oddaný, který probudil víru v popisy mé slávy, který je znechucený všemi hmotnými činnostmi a který ví, že všechen smyslový požitek vede k utrpení, ale stále se nedokáže říci všeho uspokojování smyslu. Má zůstat šťastný a uctívat s pevnou vírou a přesvědčením. I když se někdy věnuje uspokojování smyslu, ví, že veškerý smyslový požitek přináší strastiplné výsledky a upřímně těchto činností lituje.
Yesterday we heard the purport
Včera jsme slyšeli význam
and some discussion was there.
a byla tu nějaká diskuze.
Does anyone remember something about what we discussed yesterday?
Pamatuje si někdo, co jsme včera diskutovali?
In the morning class,
Včera ráno.
I don't mean during the sadam or
Nemyslím během prasadam nebo jen
day.
myslím ani v lekci. Že materiální činnosti vedou k smyslovému uspokojování. A z toho přichází utrpení.
How suffering comes from sense gratification.
Jakým způsobem přichází utrpení ze smyslového požitku.
I think we extended that a little bit.
Já myslím, že jsme trošku rozvinuli. Jsme se taky bavili o tom, že přichází z minulého života.
Stories there. And we tend to further see those tendencies and desires by discussing or thinking about it.
A my vyživujeme tím, že o tom diskutujeme a bavíme se o něm a rozjímáme.
Even though we often have, even this lifetime, we have experienced the effect of doing that.
Dokonce i když máme v tomto životě zkušenosti nějaký efekt, když to děláme.
How it makes us initiate enthusiasm for devotion of service.
A jak to snižuje naše nadšení do oddané služby.
It may cloud our consciousness. We can't see clearly.
Může to pokrýt naše vědomí a nemusíme vidět věci tak, jak jsou.
Doubt to grow or to appear.
A vzrůstají naše pochyby.
In general, makes life a bit difficult and slows down our spiritual progress.
A obecně nám to stěžuje život a zpomaluje duchovní pokrok.
And even though we know, we have some knowledge, and we may even have some experience,
Možná máme nějaké poznání, nějakou zkušenost.
the tendency is still to succumb or to, meditate on the past, whatever past.
I přestože máme nějakou zkušenost, tak stále ty tendence k tomu nad tím rozjímat, nad tím zkušenostmi a aktivitami tam je.
Did we discuss much else yesterday? That was the main topic.
Ještě něco jsme diskutovali, to hlavní téma. You mentioned what is the main point of this verse.
Okay.
The devotee could have some depression or be sad from this. Because it's difficult for him to do some things, or he's not able to do pure devotional service.
Very good point.
Velice dobrý bod, děkuji.
This we discussed a little bit of detail yesterday.
Jsme trošku do detailu včera diskutovali.
It's a very large topic.
To je velice hluboké a rozsáhlé téma.
It is certainly a very significant point mentioned
A zajisté je to velmi důležitý bod
in the purport by our commentators.
že to zmínili v komentáři ve významu.
Depression in its various forms
Že deprese v různých podobách
may have various causes,
může mít různé příčiny.
and one of the causes is feeling oneself a failure,
A jeden z nich je, že se cítíme, že jsme selhali,
being able to reach one's expectations,
že jsme nedosáhli něčích očekávání,
being made to feel, lesser or insignificant by others sometimes,
že se cítíme, že jsme méně nebo méně významní než ostatní,
because it's not apparently coming up to the expected mark.
Že to jakoby přichází do takového, nepřichází do takové očekávané úrovně.
And the relevance of such situations. Well, perhaps we mentioned examples again. An example. Perhaps you're looking at one situation.
Takže vzhledem k tomu, že my jako nějakým způsobem se díváme na tu situaci, jsme třeba zmínili i toho Gajendru.
You might be setting too high a goal.
Že si možno dáváme příliš velké cíle příliš brzo.
Maybe extended, we talk about that regarding children and people in general, trying to imitate.
Jsme se trošku bavili o tom, že lidi se snaží někdy imitovat.
And sometimes people make fun of you, or they put you down, they make you feel awful.
A taky někdy se vás lidi snaží jako ponížit a dělat vás takový jakoby zavržení hodné.
So we discussed how to try to a little bit encourage rather than discourage by having being situated in a situation which is more realistic.
Okay. Jsme se bavili o tom, jakým způsobem se více být jako víc pozbuzený než odpuzený tím, že se vlastně dáme do pozice, která je víc relevantní naší skutečné pozici.
So this will bring us into the subject matter of Varnashram, which is a never ending.
A to nás přivedlo k tomu tématu Varnashrámy, který je v podstatě nekonečný.
That was the idea.
To byla ta ta idealizace.
setting a target which is achievable,
Ustanovit cíl, který je dosáhnutelný
and progressive to help us go forward. Not that we stop at that point, but
a ne, že my se na tom bodě zastavíme, ale spíš budeme od dál
so we gain
dál.
confidence, we gain enthusiasm.
Dosáhneme nějakého sebevědomí, nadšení.
Okay, so we'll look at some other points. Right? And okay, what are we going to do about it? That's one thing, the practical side. And we also discussed
Že jedna věc je praktická strana a to budeme dělat.
I think circumstances. We discussed even the basic regulating principles of
Myslím, že jsme se bavili o okolnostech a taky o základních regulativních principech,
which are also time-based.
které jsou taky na základě času, místa a okolností.
And not only because of our particular level of maturity, is there sometimes differences in the following of, for instance, intoxication.
Okay, že na základě naší úrovně, že se nacházíme na to adikáru, tak vlastně jsou různé úrovně.
You know, what is the regulating principle for food?
Co je to regulativní princip pro šudu?
What is the regulating principle for Brahmin may not be a regulating principle for food.
A že to, co je regulativní princip pro Brahmanu, nemusí být vždy regulativní princip pro šudu.
The secret which we discussed in the afternoon was that we follow Krishna's direction according to our situation.
Takže to, co jsme diskutovali potom odpoledne, bylo to, že my následujeme Kršnový pokyn na základě situace.
We discussed a little bit about certain circumstances which may, not saying do, but may, not be justified, but may result in not such a good application of things.
Když jsme se bavili o situaci, která nemusí ústit úplně v nejstriktnější aplikaci toho principu.
Well, we could give some more examples. We may be forced to act
Můžeme třeba dát další příklady, že jsme nuceni
against
nějakým
one's
způsobem jednat, nebo
will.
jednat proti tomu.
Our family, society.
Naše rodina, společnost,
There may be another circumstance too.
možno další okolnosti.
That you can think of another situation when one may not follow strictly what one would normally follow.
Můžeme se bavit o situaci, ve které třeba nebudeme tak striktně následovat něco, co by jsme následovali podle našeho adikáru.
Not justifying this, but there are circumstances where it may happen.
My si to neospravedlňujeme, ale věc je to, že jsou okolnosti, kdy se to může stát.
Not taking into account here your adhikar, your eligibility, we've discussed. Not taking force into account. We're not taking circumstances like in married life, where sometimes a little bit of common sense has to be in. No, something else.
My se nebavíme o vašich adikáru jako způsobilosti nebo o nějakých okolnostech, jako například rodinný život, ale my se bavíme o nějakých specifických okolnostech. Při určité choroby. Aha, co říkáš na to? He's asking if it's in case of some disease.
Could be, yeah.
Může být.
When one's health is diseased.
Když něčí zdraví je špatný.
It's a little bit between circumstance and force.
Je to někde mezi okolnostmi a tlakem, nebo
Medicine,
například medicína.
that, and but something even more kind of like distinct.
Něco jakoby víc označeného nebo distinkovaného. Odlišného.
Huh?
Odlišného. I translate the word distinct different way. Okay.
Example for others. Showing an example for others.
Okay. Že dáváte příklad
Okay.
někomu.
Yeah, there may be a circumstance. We did actually mention yesterday about Sri Maharaj, how he was performing Samakandya activity.
My jsme včera zmiňovali o tom, jak Sri Maharaj vykonával plodnostné činnosti.
Way below his level of adhikar.
Daleko pod jeho úrovní adhikáry.
Help those who are on that level, the majority of people on the materialistic path. To help them to properly perform judgment.
Že vlastně pomáhal lidem, kteří jsou na materialistické úrovni, správně následovat ty povinnosti.
And there may be, I'm not thinking at the moment, but there may well be some good examples of even more extreme, showing people how to do, let's say, lowly activities properly to help elevate them up.
Zde můžou dokonce ještě extrémnější příklady, kde můžeme ukazovat lidem, jak následovat ty nižší principy, aby jsme je nějakým způsobem potom povznesli.
Certainly on a higher level, we see that quite clearly.
Na vyšší úrovni to můžeme vidět celkem čistěji.
When the pure devotees of the Lord take the role of Madhyamadikari, they
Když
may,
čistí oddaní přijímají tu roli Madhyamadikariho.
and they behave like almost like a neophyte sometimes.
A někdy dokonce jednají jako začátečníci.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
Ano, to je zajímavé.
Anything else?
Něco dalšího?
Well, one other comes to mind. There may be many more details, but one specific one.
Jedna specifická věc přichází na mysl.
And that, I'll give an example.
Dám
One
příklad.
time, Harikes, Swami at the time,
Jednou Harikes
was asked by Srila Prabhupada to preach in the Eastern Bloc, under the communist.
Mu Prabhupada řekl, aby šel kázat do východního bloku, do komunistického režimu.
And I guess that time you were also, the country was also under that.
Pokládám, že tato země v té době taky byla ve východním bloku.
So he did. He concentrated on serving Prabhupada by preaching in the Eastern Bloc.
Takže on se koncentroval na to, aby složil Prabhupádovi ve těch východních zemích.
It's a very unusual character,
On je taková neobyčejná povaha
and he had a very unusual relationship with Prabhupada.
a měl velmi neobvyklý vztah s Prabhupádou.
So he challenged Prabhupada.
Sorry.
Challenged.
A on vyzval Prabhupádu.
Prabhupada, there's nothing to eat there.
A on řekl, Prabhupád, tam není co jíst,
Only meat.
jenom maso.
Get this idea of some meat and liquor or something like that.
Takže si můžete představit, jak to
Vodka and meat.
funguje Rusky, že tam je jenom
I
vodka
mean,
a
during
maso.
that time, of course, it wasn't easy to get many things, but there was certainly more than just vodka.
A v té době tam to bylo mnohem těžší, dostat to mnoho
He
věcí.
made this kind of challenge.
Takže on ho nějakým
I
způsobem
can't eat anything
vyzval.
there, Prabhupada. I
Já
can't
tam
go
nemůžu
there.
nic říct Prabhupád.
And Prabhupada said, what did Prabhupada say?
Co řekl Prabhupád? Then
Then
eat
eat.
Yeah. Yeah, but-
So necessity is another reason.
Takže nezbytnost je další důvod.
If you're starving and you've got service to do, sometimes
Někdy, když strádáte a potřebujete dělat službu,
you
tak
don't
musíte
make
dělat.
that the rule. That is an exception.
Udělejte z toho pravidlo. To je výjimka.
There's an occasion when Prabhupada had onion
Tam je okolnost, kdy Prabhupád jedl
at a program.
cibuli.
And there's an Indian teaching program in Punjab.
To byl indický kazatelský program v Punjabu.
And one of the Prabhupada servants had pointed out to Srila Prabhupada, there's onion in the stuff.
A jeden z Prabhupádových služebníků řekl Prabhupádovi, že ale tam je cibule v tom preparaci.
I know. Quiet.
A Prabhupád na to řekl, já vím, ale
You come here to preach, not
jsem to přišli kázat.
you should have explained it to our host before we came. You should have explained these things to our host before we came.
Máš vysvětlit tyto věci našim hostitelům předtím, než přijdeme.
Because they become very offended if you suddenly in the middle of the program say, we don't eat your food because
Oni se ve skutečnosti velmi urazili, když prostřed toho programu jim řekli, že my nebudeme jít vaši jídlo, protože je tam cibule. Takže tohle jsou výjimky.
of course we avoid all costs if we can.
Samozřejmě my to se snažíme vyhnout, že můžeme.
You can look at it a different way, but the Acharyas have showed that for exceptional cases from that school,
Takže
that
se
we
na,
wouldn't normally do.
takže se na to můžete podívat z různého pohledu, ale Ačarové za určitý okolnosti dali příklad, že můžeme dělat věci, které bychom za normální okolností nedělali, proto abychom mohli vykonávat
příklad.
Dneska je Ekadaši.
And I guess everybody here is following that.
Já předpokládám, že každý zde
No grains, right?
následuje Ekadaši.
In Slovakia, you have no grains?
Nemáte obydlí na Slovensku?
But you can find testimonies from the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's disciples.
Ale můžete najít také úryvky od Šrila Prabhupádových žáků.
Because many of them were Bengali.
Protože mnoho byli Bengálci.
Into Bengal.
A když půjdete do Bengálska,
you will know that Bengalis are quite, they like rice.
A tak můžete si všimnout, že Bengálci mají velmi rádi.
They can't practice speaking manage a day. Right?
A prakticky řečeno, oni nejsou schopni přežít jeden den bez rýže.
And Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj even says the preachers, not the general those who are going out preaching in public.
A Prabhupád Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati dokonce řekl těm, kteří chodí ven kázat,
that if you can't find anything else to eat on a Saturday, you can eat rice.
Že pokud vy nebudete schopni najít něco k jídlu na Ekadaši jiného, tak můžete dokonce jít. Ale tohle jsou extrémní.
In prison or something.
Nebo ve vězení.
And you related to, I think you mentioned it earlier on, but how.
A to se vztahuje na toto dané předtím, že zdravotní situace.
You may have to eat a certain type of food because of force or circumstance or whatever.
Že můžete jíst určitý druh jídla na základě toho, že jste k tomu nuceni nebo okolnosti.
We'll go on now. You could take almost any one of these points. Go on.
Můžeme vzít kterýkoliv z těchto bodů a pokračovat dál a dál.
Let's look at some other points.
Ale podívejme se na další bod.
We can think of some other points which are relevant. I mean,
můžeme
se
zamyslet nad dalšími body, které jsou
Try not to look at the purport. Try not to look at the purport now because that's not difficult to do. If you may not have had any time, but I would suggest you go through it and make some.
Takže nemusíte teď si udělat toho významu a včera abyste se to podívali.
Yeah, I remember now. I don't know what year it was, but it would have probably been early 90s.
Nevím přesně, kdy to bylo, asi podle mě začátkem 90.
Whatever reason it was, I was discussing about his question.
Já nevím, z jaké okolnosti to bylo, nebo z jakého důvodu, já jsem mluvil s Bhaktisiddhanta Maharajem.
And I discussed it a little bit with him the other day, actually, on a different subject now.
Já jsem s ním mluvil na různé témata.
But at that time, I was experiencing myself, actually, some of the issues that you just discussed.
A v té době jsem sám zakoušel určité věci, které tady diskutujeme.
In terms of feeling of failure,
ve termínech toho, že jsem chtěl jako selhání, depresi.
In terms of thinking, well, maybe I don't belong here.
Myslel jsem si, že tady ani nepatřím.
Maybe I should either go away or go some other group, or I don't know.
Možná mám jít úplně pryč, nebo se čuji v jiné skupině, nekvalifikovaný.
I didn't have probably the guts or the courage to do any of those things, but I was thinking like.
A asi jsem měl kuráž na to udělat jakoukoliv z těch věcí, ale
well, I can't remember the successful wrote, but somewhere I can.
Takže nevím,
at that time, most of us had not read the 11th Sanskrit Bhagavatam. I think it only just come out, not so.
V té době jsme četli nějaký kanto, protože akorát ještě nečetli, že ještě nečetli nějaký kanto, protože nebylo vydaný.
And he wrote back and he just wrote back saying, read these two verses, this one and one other verse.
A you, OK, Maharaj, čo to četl, OK. Maharaj, on to četl a zmínil tenhle ještě nějaký verše.
So I did. So it helped. It really helped.
A mě to velmi pomohlo.
Now, this verse, although in one sense it refers to the neophyte, this verse, which we read here, it refers to the neophyte. I mean,
Sorry,
changing of the guard. It's not easy. So at the same time, it's a quite elevated neophyte in one sense, isn't it? I mean, you read the verse. Look at the verse. Having awakened faith in the narrations of my glory. Okay, something is there. Some faith.
Je tam nějaká věra už.
And being disgusted with all material activities. Are we disgusted with all material activities?
A být znechucený všetkými materiálními činnostmi nezdravými.
You know yourself. It's not my business to make a statement on that. I know I'm not sufficiently disgusted with all material activities. I know my own situation. I can't speak about yours.
Já nemůžu posuzovat vaši situaci určitě, ale já poznám svou situaci, že nie som úplne.
In one sense, this is one of, you could say, one of the main threads of the purport, or let's say one of the aspects which makes the whole purport sort of more significant or more realistic.
To je aspekt, ktorý robí ten význam oveľa dôležitejší.
So to some degree we're disgusted,
Do nejakej miery
but maybe not completely disgusted.
možno neúplne
It may still have a little bit of a sentiment towards, material sense gratification.
Môže tam byť ešte nejaký sentiment k materiálnemu
Kind of what we
uspokojovaniu.
discussed. Not only because of past circumstances, but sometimes present ones.
Niekedy nielen kvôli okolnostiam a niekedy aj kvôli tým súčasným.
Sentiments for the mode of goodness.
Napríklad sentiment k kvalite dobra.
Sentiments for material, whatever. We may not be on the platform of, what is it? A wise lament neither for the living nor the dead.
Že niekedy môžeme byť, teda nemusíme byť na tej úrovni, že nelamentujeme ohľadne
We may not be repelled by the possibility of sense enjoyment, be it sex life or some sport, mundane music or something.
Musíme byť na tej úrovni, že vlastne sme znechutení napríklad sexuálnym životom alebo nejaké materiálne hudbou.
We may be trying to avoid it, knowing we're meant to avoid these things.
My môžeme sa snažiť sa tomu vyhnúť, pretože vieme, že mali by sme.
Desires come into our mind due to the past association.
A vďaka minulej spoločnosti, ktoré sme boli, tak prichádzajú do nich rôzne.
We may still be thinking, maybe I can still enjoy.
Môžeme si myslieť, že možno ešte stále si môžem túto si užiť.
Kind of related to what we said yesterday, but a little bit more, we can say, present desire.
Že je to, stále sa to k tomu, čo sme spomínali včera, ale v podstate môže to byť súčasná služba.
And when you read in the purport, because the verse does give that sometimes we fall into this, let's say, it's not a trap in one sense, but fall into this weakness of heart, and we fall again to a little bit of sense gratification.
A to je napísané vo verši, že niekedy môže sa to stať taká teda našej slabosti, že spadneme do toho zmyslového pôžitia.
But if we read in the purport, we'll see that there's a long statement there, actually. I think this is a quote from Krishna.
Keď sa pozrieme do významu, tak je tam taký statement, citát, myslím, že je to Krishna citátor.
And a very significant statement.
je veľmi významný.
And I guess we have to, you got the book? Probably better. I'll read it in English so we get the spirit. I'll read it right through in English. Then you read it right through in Sanskrit. And this begins, I don't know how to find it. There's a word, Drida Nishjaya, which is about maybe 20, 15, 20 lines down. 18, 20, depends on how many ones. You find it? Drida Nishjaya? Okay, then just after that, 2 lines after, there's exclamation mark, these two little things beginning with thus he thinks. It says thus he thinks and exclamation mark. Thus he thinks. Just read a little one sentence after with a nishta, and then the next sentence begins thus he thinks. Got it? Okay. So I'm going to read this. Because an important thing here in dealing with this is called steadfast conviction, which is with a nishta. Steadfast conviction.
Chceme čítať o sebe, pretože hovorí sa tu o stálom presvedčení, čo je ducha ničia.
So now we're going to say how to go without that determination to go on with one's duty.
Takže teraz budeme hovoriť o tom, ako získať to odhodlanie pokračovať so svojimi povinnosťami.
Let's start to say before we forget, how do we get that determination?
Takže ako získame vlastne to odhodlanie pokračovať.
Or to, maybe adjust, if we just started yesterday, but one way or another, to carry on with the path as well. So carry on fighting against Maya, even if you have to take a different position in the fight.
Takže, tak ako sme spomínali, môžeme na tie okolnosti, ale v podstate ide o to, že ako stálo teda bojovať alebo proti tej máji, a aj keď môžeme sa dostať do alebo prijať inú pozíciu.
How do we do it?
Ako to urobíme?
Pardon? Yeah. No, I'm asking the devotee.
Okay, takže ako to urobíte, a potom sa má hneď.
It's not necessary directly said in verse. How would you say having a loss of determination?
Že ako to urobíme, keď máme nedostatok odhodlania.
What are you going to do?
To urobíte.
Association. Relevant.
Takže
Good association.
môžeme robiť veľa vecí, ale v prvom rade
Probably the most effective.
dobrá spoločnosť. Je to veľmi efektívne.
Okay, that's the one mentioned.
Možno sa modliť k Pánovi, to je znamená aj v tom.
Excuse me? Some sport? Sport? Didn't get that word. Sport. South. Still haven't got it. I just saw that. I can't. Something which to inspire by.
Že nájsť nejaký zdroj inšpirácie.
Yeah. I mentioned that the other day. Maybe when I was going through that occasions in my life, and through whatever challenges may have included stresses that.
Takže keď ja som prechádzal vlastne týmito ťažkosťami,
I was often resolved to, or Krishna would arrange, but a situation where what I was doing, aside from Krishna consciousness, was a little inspiring.
Takže Krishna to zaranžoval tak, že ešte a popri tom, že som robil Krishna vedomie, tak som robil niečo, čo ma Krishna inšpiroval.
Now, this is an interesting topic.
To je veľmi zaujímavý
Because you could go over the line. You could go, okay, well, what would interest me would be the game of football.
Lebo
but
ešte
that's not necessarily going to inspire me in my Krishna consciousness. Yeah?
vždy povedať, že to je trošku ako vžiť za hranicou,
To be
lebo
quite
napríklad
honest,
môžem si myslieť, že čo ma bude inšpirovať, bude napríklad futbal, ale ako mi to pomôže
even
Krishna
you
vedieť.
mentioned association of devotees. Again, you know, revealing one's mind in the association of devotees is very, very
Ako
thin.
spomínala pravdu, že
There's a lot of problems to be solved. That's possible.
spoločnosť oddaných vlastne vyhľadať, tak samozrejme je dôležité spoločnosť oddaných objavovať mysel, pretože
At the
môže
same
byť
time, a lot of problems can be caused by revealing your mind in the association of devotees.
veľa vecí môže byť vlastne spoločnosť oddaných takto
It shouldn't be, but it often is, you know. And that happened to me many times in my life, to the point where I didn't want to reveal my mind at all to anyone.
Keď vyjadríme mysel, ale niekedy môže stať, že môže dojsť k nejakým problémom z toho, že si vyjadríme mysel, no som tie skúsenosti.
And you get kind of all bottled up inside. You get bottled up, you know this term?
sa staneme akože
And you can't see any way out.
zavretí
There's no one to put, don't trust that. You lose your trust.
a nedávame nič von, pretože mi tam dôvera
And you're not solving the problem.
a nevyriešime problém.
It's supposed to be solved in the association of devotees.
Malo by to byť vyriešené v spoločnosti oddaných,
But it's supposed to be confidential.
ale malo by to byť poverné.
So it's not you just speak to anybody about anything.
To nie je, že hovoríte každému všetko.
You walk around with a sign, you know.
Že
Not everyone will take it the right way,
okolo nejakou
especially
cedulkou.
today.
Nie
Tough
každý
this day and age, huh? I mean, in the past it was a little bit easier, but now you have, you know, what do you call it? Social media?
v minulosti to bolo trošku
It's
jednoduchšie,
amazing, isn't it?
aby
How
to bolo akože
quickly even
poverné, ale dneska máte sociálne médiá
misinformation travels quicker than information. Huh?
a ako nejaké dezinformácie
It's such a difficult age to
putujú oveľa
be
rýchlejšie než
honest.
normálne informácie.
People don't appreciate honesty so much.
A ľudia oni neocenujú úprimnosť dneska.
The tendency is to tear everyone down as quickly and as much as you can.
Snažia sa každého dať dole, čím rýchlejšie môžu.
It's a common tendency.
A to je všeobecná
Okay.
tendencia.
Of course, from one's own point, you could say, in relation with Krishna, it may be good in one sense that we're being brought down, publicly discredited, you know, whatever it may be.
V našom osobnom vzťahu s Krišnou je to ale dôležité, aby to bolo ako confidential,
But it may not be good for others
aby vlastne
or for the movement.
ale nemusí to byť dobre pre ostatných, alebo pre
But anyway, back to the point. This revealing one's mind and confidence in the association of devotees is very important.
to zjavovanie mysle v spoločnosti oddaných je veľmi
Another
dôležité.
thing, the festivals, mention our charters. Attending festivals helps to build up confidence, enthusiasm. So,
A robiť festivaly znamená, pomáha vlastne nabudiť ten entuziasmus.
or just being with devotees who are enthusiastic, who are, you know, just a little bit encouraging to us, would definitely have a good effect.
Aj samozrejme byť s oddanými, ktorí sú entuziastickí, tak bude mať to pre nás pozitívny efekt.
And back to the point that was mentioned here about services, yes, I often found that it wasn't just go out and have a drink. Some devotees, I know some devotees, sitting down, they just go out and have a drink and kind of drink it off.
Napríklad, keď je príklad oddaných,
Not a very good thing.
keď ja dole,
Are you
proste
saying
dajú si na
good
ten
idea?
drink a proste to zapijú.
But I know those who've done it, and to some degree, of course, you kind of go down, but you kind of like, at least you're not going to explode, Get
Takže
some relief. Sometimes you
že
explode.
to dáte, tak akože máte takú nejakú úľavu a lásku.
Vladimir Vikash told me, he said he knew one of God brother who used to masturbate almost every day to let this stress go. He was quite open, yeah. I mean, some God, but I don't even know it was. You know, it's not something we want to do, and it's not the right way to do it. But, you know, without that real confidential association with the devotees, you don't know what else to do.
Že to akože nepodporujeme, ale čo on mal robiť, keď nemal vlastne tú intimnú spoločnosť oddaných, nemal sa tomu vyrozprávať.
Maybe not being rightly situated, you know, trying to be something we're not quite ready for, shouldn't be at all.
Že on tam mal nejaký tlak a myslím, že nebol správne, alebo nemal niekoľko pomoci vzťahovať.
And you could go on and on, different examples like your sex life. I know that the devotees just went to the prostitute, just had to do something.
Napríklad môžeme takto pokračovať ďalej a ďalej. Napríklad daného, ktorý nevedel, čo robiť, tak išiel za prostitútkou.
In many circumstances, which are not easy.
A sú rôzne okolnosti, ktoré nie sú.
But one thing is, if you do have the good fortune of having, what everyone does actually, finding something which is positive, which you can offer.
Ale keď máte šťastie, tak nájdete niečo pozitívne, čo môžete aj obetovať.
Now, what do you have? What would you say you've been gifted with positively that you could offer?
Takže keď hovoríme pozitívne, tak čo máte vy, čo by ste mohli pozitívne skutočne ponúknuť?
Somebody? Okay, yeah, this is called talent, or something you like doing, or something which maybe not doing it at the moment, or in your present state of devotional service, but something you would feel inspired by doing. Music, very good. You play music? Pardon? Piano. Okay. So that's okay. We'll just take that simple example. You're going through a tough time in your devotional service. You're told to go out on the street every day, collect money, selling cookies or something. You're having a really tough time. You're thinking, maybe I should just go to the railway station and catch a train back home and forget about this. Maybe I should go and join the Gaudiya Mass. They don't ask me to do this. Or whatever. But you don't want to do that. You're a faithful person. You're initiated or whatever. You don't want to let the guru down. You don't want to let the devotees down. You think the problem is mine. It's all my problem. Something wrong with me. Now, I don't know how accommodative it would be if suddenly you brought your piano from home to the temple and all day long you're playing on your piano. I don't know if everyone would be inspired, even though you're singing Hare Krishna. I don't know if I don't know. I mean, it could be acceptable, but it might not be also. I don't know. But there are many devotees who go through this, I tell you. They have to do something which, and trying to dovetail it in Krishna service. It's not like going to the liquor shop or the brothel or something. It's not bad, whether it be acceptable or not. What was your name again? I can't see. Diana? Okay. What's Diana? Diana's on the piano. Oh, right, that's good. Maybe it's both right. Diana's on the piano. She's on there all day long. What is this? Maybe a little time of the day. Well, some devotee has to do a bit of hatha yoga, huh? A bit of hatha yoga. There's so many devotees doing a bit of this just to keep going for a jog, going jogging.
Alebo
I've seen devotees whipping tennis balls across the court in Vrindavan.
vidíte oddaných, ako napríklad behajú alebo vo Brindávani
What are you doing
robia
this for?
tenis.
I just try to let the steam off, We're neophytes, So neophyte, the word in English is different in Slovakian, but in English, neophyte is very close to the word near a fight.
Takže
One of the
znie
tenses
to
of
troška
neophyte.
inak v
We
slovenčine,
just don't
ale
understand each other. And, if we don't see it the way I see it, watch out.
v angličtine my to prekladám tak, že neophyte alebo začiatočník sa má neophyte, čiže blízko boju.
The advanced devotees, they can see what you need. You can't just something. Maybe you can't always just all be surrendered devotional service. Yes, we can. You may not be quite ready for it.
Keď vidíte, že niekto náhodou nerobí to, čo ja, tak je boj, ale pokročilejší odo mňa vidí, že sú rôzne úrovne odovzdania sa.
I'll give my example was when I was a little different because I had a practical thing to offer.
Ja som mal praktickú vec, ktorú som mohol ponúknuť.
There's 2 occasions, and you'll be surprised you've got more than you think you've got.
A vy budete prekvapení, keď si viac než
Some reason I had this practical, and those who know me know it, but a practical ability to handle money.
Ja som mal takú praktickú schopnosť narábať peniaze.
And I came from my father, who was very thrifty person, very careful not to lose money, not to misuse money, not to waste money like that.
Že ja som mal takého otca, ktorý bol taký pedant a on nechcel som stratiť peniaze, trošku taký ako
they made me the treasurer of the Bhaktivedanta Manor and Bury Place, both at the same time when I was a young devotee after about a year in the movement, I guess.
Ja som bol mladý od mňa, tak ja som bol pokladníkom
I had no experience directly, but somehow or another, this, they could do it, more or less.
Takže ja som ako
learned more and more by experience. I learned by experience.
Ale naučil som sa so skúsenosťami.
And I learned accounting, by working with accountants.
A ja som pracoval s účtovníkom, som sa aj
then I went to other services, many things.
A išiel som aj
I handed over back to the cash Maharaj. His name was Alapati at the time. I handed over the treasury to Alapati. That's back to the cash Maharaj before he got to the
A potom som dal tú službu, predal Kašovi Maharajovi.
That lasted 1 month.
A to trvalo to 1
He was hopeless at it.
On bol úplne beznádejný v tom.
They asked me to go back in.
A on ma požiadal, aby som sa vrátil.
Anyway, I went on to other services eventually.
Ale išiel som to
But I found, when I felt like I was not really going in, in many cases, I would volunteer in temples wherever I was. If you want, I can help with your account.
Takže ja som potom povedal, že ja budem ako dobrovoľne robiť službu pre temply, ktoré potrebujú pomoc.
You might say, using a little intelligence to suggest that. But it had an amazing effect. Because, not only am I engaged in something which I materially speaking could do.
Že nebol som zamestnaný, alebo teda bol som zamestnaný v tom, čo akože materiálne povedané som
very important thing for me a fight.
Ale je to veľmi dôležitá vec pre
začiatočníka. To be a priest.
Ale čo je dôležité pre začiatočníka je
it's easy to find fault. It is easy to find fault.
Je veľmi jednoduché vidieť
whatever reason it is.
Akohokoľvek dôvodu.
But genuine appreciation for a neophyte, for a child, is quite an important thing.
Takže ale to oceniť začiatočníka pre dieťa je veľmi dôležitá vec.
It could be false or whatever. It might be false praise. You could say other things, but genuine appreciation for a neophyte is important. But advanced devotee is not important.
Falošné ocenenie môže byť tiež, ale toto skutočné úprimné
They shy away
ocenenie je pre
from
neho veľmi dôležité.
They don't want to be respected. They don't want any respect. They don't want to be respected.
Ani pokročili odo mňa, nechcú takéto veci ocenenie.
But in certain circumstances, it has its relevance.
Ale za určitých okolností je to relevantné.
So when you do something which, especially when you're talking about money and ISKCON, and you help save the temple money, they really appreciate it.
Že keď vy ste vyskone a pomôžete niekomu
It's an easy one.
ušetriť peniaze pre temple, tak
Everywhere they're
je to
struggling with that
samozrejme
one.
ocenené.
Or something which, fits in, usually definitely fits in. It may not be just sitting playing the piano, but all day long. But if you do it in a nice way, learn to play the harmonium, you play the harmonium in a kirtan, it's like our Yasomati, she's really good at kirtan and playing the harmonium. When she does that, it's enlivening. Everyone feels great.
Napríklad, keď
Huh? Pardon? Learn it. Simply learn it. You play the piano. It's not that difficult to play the harmonium. Learn it.
napríklad ako
Take
ja
part in it. This little things like this can mean a lot. Madunga. Play it properly though. Try to learn it.
sa chceš naučiť na harmoniu, tak si to nauč. A napríklad ako ja Šamati, ona hraje veľmi pekne na harmonium a ona to teda rada robí, takže keď hraje, takže je to také osviežujúce.
Cooking, a great one. Cooking.
Teda aj varenie.
Please the divine. Isn't it wonderful if you see all the divine happy? You just cooked fantastic, whatever, something fantastic,
Ste radi, keď ste oddaní šťastní, tak
and everyone's happy. Don't you feel enlivened? Don't you feel happy when you go catering and you see thousands of people buying prashadam and they're all coming back? Don't you feel enlivened?
A potom,
You've worked all day, but you still feel like one is working all night. You're so enlivened.
toľko ľudí ste na cateringu, ktorí vlastne jedia a ste
Please
šťastní,
the devotees. Find some way you can
šťastní
please
a
the
vlastne
devotees.
povzbudení. Takže snažte sa
So sweet.
niečo nájsť.
Not that okay, I'm going to please the devotees. Give me the badunga. You don't know how to play it. I'm going to please the devotees. You think. So I heard that if I play the madunga, and maybe then I'll please the devotees. So I grab the madunga, but I don't know how to play it.
Napríklad, tak počuli sme, že chceme potešiť oddaných, tak si poviem, že
Playing how to beat.
idem hrať na mrizangu, ale neviem hrať.
Boom, 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 boom. And the leader turns out, please, will you stop playing the madunga?
A líder potom povie, prosím ťa, prestaň hrať na
Not going to make
mrizangu.
you very enlivened.
To není veľmi
Or you can cook.
osviežujúce.
I know there was one devotee in Australia when I was there. We haven't started today, so we'll have to carry on tomorrow night. Something too late. And
Sme to ani poriadne nezačali, je to veľmi...
this devotee, they like to cook. They like to cook. This
Napríklad,
devotee,
oddaní
Mataji.
radi.
She liked to cook. She couldn't cook if you paid her. She couldn't. She always wanted to cook, but she had no idea how to cook.
Že bola Mataji, ktorá
It was like,
chcela variť, ale nevedela.
it was so funny. It mixes a couple of these things together, but I'll just give the first one. She would cook, breakfast because no one else would do it. She would do anything. She would do any service you asked, even if she couldn't do it. She'd do it.
Bola Mataji, ktorá varila raníčko, lebo
So
nikto to nemohol
most of
robiť.
the time, we couldn't get
Ona-
anyone to cook at
Ona
New
by urobila
Govardhan.
všetko vlastne, čo ste oni požiadali. Ona to vedela robiť, ale
Everyone had an excuse. So she'd never have an excuse. Yes, I'll do it.
nikdy nemala výhovor.
Oh my God, I can't be nice coming out. No, we couldn't. So she's in there, and she would boil what you're meant to fry and fry what you're meant to boil, and she would just throw the whole spices into the water and boil them, like cumin seeds and chilies. She just throw it into the water. They would never a chance.
A my sme vždy vraveli, že toto treba
Boiled
spraviť, ale
cumin
nie
seeds,
je nikto, kto by to spravil. No dobre, nech to spraví
Everyone
ona.
would be like just
A ona
boil.
varila to, čo trebalo snažiť, čo
The wrong
variť
spices.
snažila. Ona zobrala
It was like-
korenia a tie korenia len hodila do vody a uvarila, takže nebolo čo.
Uncooked. The chapatis would be like raw.
Niečo tam dala,
dough.
že neuvarila, niečo bolo surové.
I mean, But she was totally surrendered.
Ale byla úplně odevzdaná.
But she couldn't cook. But
Ale
so, you
nevěděla
know,
vařit.
you learn to do things from those who know.
Naučit se věci robit od těch, co to
And
vědí.
it usually is more effective in pleasing the devotees.
A potom to efektivně použít, aby
She was a disciple of Tamal Krishna Maharaj.
Ona byla
And I was sitting with Tamal Krishna Maharaj one day,
Já jsem s ním raz seděl.
and we were taking lunch,
Jsme mali oběd.
and she insisted on cooking.
A ona naléhala, že bude vařit.
They let her cook one preparation only.
A nikdy oni
She said,
nevarili
I want to cook a cake for Guru Dev.
Ona byla, že chce navařit cake pre Guru.
So she cooked this cake,
A ona varila
and then the servant brought it in at some point of time
A potom ten
after
chudobný
everything else was
přinesl.
finished, delicious lunch. And then she threw a sweet, oh, there's the cake, Guru Dev. We
Takže
brought the cake in.
je tu cake Guru.
It looked a little unusual.
A on vyzeral tak nezvyčajně.
And I watched him. He took one mouthful.
A já jsem se pozeral na něho, on to dal jeden.
His mouth kind of like, his whole face contorted.
A jeho
What
tvář úplně
is
se
this?
zkrivila. Co to je?
The servant said, it's a cake, Guru
A ten
Dev.
chudobný povedal, to je koláč.
Who cooked this?
A kdo to varil? To robil?
And they said so and so.
Podal táta.
And bring her in right now.
Teraz doveď sem.
Prabhupada did the same thing that we may have heard. I know in
Prabhupada
London.
tiež robil takové
I didn't see, but we heard Prabhupada the same thing with one young. And he brought him, everything was cooked wrong. Little boy cooked everything.
Tak raz to, že on dovedol takto, dovedol jedného
Prabhupada said, did you cook today?
poznaného
It's 12-year-old boy.
a pýtal
Son of
sa, ty si to
Very
dneska varil?
senior. Said, yes, your Prabhupada.
Áno, Šiva Prabhupada.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
Povedal, veľmi pekné, ďakujem veľmi.
The boy was so inspired.
A ten chlapec bol taký inšpirovaný.
He went out and then Prabhupada scolded his servant and said, you nonsense rascal.
Potom on vyšiel z izby a Prabhupada zavolal
You're
chudobníka
supposed to
a povedal, ty
supervise this. You're
Ty
supposed
hlupák,
to make sure they cook
si
it.
mal
Not the boys,
zariadiť
not
to, aby
You're
on vlastne to nerobil.
So the case for this girl was a little bit different.
A
Of course,
ten
she wasn't a
prípad
girl,
toho dievčatka bol
fully grown lady. But, and Gurudev, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, called her and said, you cook this cake?
Tam Krishna Maharaj zavolal
She was all
a pýtal sa,
And,
že ty si varila ten cake?
yes, Gurudev.
Áno, videl. Áno.
Said, that was the most interesting cake I've ever tasted.
A povedal, to bol najzaujímavejší koláč, aký som
Take
ja
that in
ochutnal.
any way you like.
Aby si to môžete vyložiť
And
ako
she was
chcete.
all chuffed and she left. And then he said, never, ever, ever let her cook for me ever again.
A potom
Not to her, but to his servant.
povedal služobníkom, už nikdy nechajte pre mňa variť.
The
Nepovedal to
art
jej.
of encouraging people in devotional
Takže áno,
service,
je to umenie vlastne pozbudiť ľudí od
great
organizácie.
art,
To je naozaj
and not
umenie.
putting out the little flame of that.
Aby sme vlastne nedali preč ten malý plamínok bhakti.
Huh?
Yeah.
About teaching Prabhupada, how he goes that so like every like everything that for all the five according to Ayutta, Prabhupada
Exactly. The problem is,
yeah,
one of the problems is here is that we don't know. I mean, as you say, everything is there, whether you're a real neophyte, slowly progressing through the stage of neophyte, becoming a little bit more advanced. We often take the wrong instruction and apply it in the wrong situation.
To je, keď sme všetko je v tých knihách, ale či sme už začiatočníci, alebo keď sa dostávame postupne na vyšší úroveň, tak častokrát robíme to, že zoberieme zlú inštrukciu a aplikujeme ju na zlom.
It's plain common sense, but the most rarest thing, what do they say? The least common thing is common sense.
Takže najnezvyčajnejšia vec je bezmysel podľa
And
rozum.
especially in a general class, because in general classes, you know, we have devotees at all different levels. Huh?
Takže ako na tých verejných lekciách, tak
I was
máte,
studying one class in Vrindavan.
máte
They just
oddaných na rôznych
felt
úrovniach.
so nice. And a very wonderful senior sannyasi is giving class.
A vo Vrindavane jeden veľmi pekný saniasi dával
And he's getting into a particular topic, and he was really into this topic. It was about Vanaprastha.
a on sa dostal vlastne k jednej téme, bolo to ona pána
And it was about Yudhishthira Maharaj leaving, you know, all those verses. And Pancha Sordvan Vanam Prajet was quoted, if you know what that means.
A on hovoril, ako Yudhishthira Maharaj prijal
It
Vanaprastha.
means when you reach 50, you have to take Vanaprastha.
A bol tam taký verš, ktorý hovoril, že keď
And he's
dosiahnete
pushing it like
50,
anything in the class.
máte ísť do Vanaprastha.
Now, in that class, you've got all different types of persons. Different those would take it differently.
A boli tam rôzne osoby na lekcii a rôzne osoby to rôzne pochopili.
There are guests in the class.
A bol tam taký host.
I don't know what the guests would think about this.
Neviem, či si o tom mysleli hosti.
Kind of like out of their agenda. 50 years old, you have to leave your family. Like it's a law. It's not just a suggestion.
A on vral, ako si mohol myslieť, že 50 ročný opustiť rodinu, to bolo ako pravidlo, ako zákon, nielen ako že
Now, if you don't embellish this, which they didn't, you have to understand that that is specifically for certain situations. It is not the majority of the population.
že táto vec je pre špecifické prípady, nie pre väčšinu populácie.
For those who are Shudra mentality, this is not even nothing to do with them whatsoever.
Pre tí,
There's
ktorí
no questions even.
tí, ktorí majú určitú mentalitu, pre nich nie je otázka vôbec toho, že by sa tým zaoberali, že by odišli z toho.
Generally for the Vaishyas also, it is not something they do.
Pre Vajšov to také nie je
This is
niečo.
specifically for the Kshatriyas.
Je to špeciálne pre kšatriov.
Brahmins are already supposed to already be like that anyway.
Pretože brahmani, oni aj tak by mali byť tak
So,
ako v
you
tom
know, it has to
štádiu.
be understood in its proper context.
Že musíme to pochopiť v danom kontexte.
So anyway, this is going on, and then one devotee put their hand up at the end. Any questions? Class wasn't very long. He put a hand up. Maharaj, what do I do?
No a potom jeden daný zdvihol ruku.
I'm 48 years old now.
Ja mám 40 rokov.
I got married 2 years ago.
Ja som
I got a 1-year-old baby.
48 rokov a čo mám robiť? Ja som sa pred 2 rokmi oženil, mám
They got married at
jednoročné dieťa
46, and at 47 they had a baby.
a on sa oženil v 46 a
What do I do?
47 dieťa, čo urobím?
Pancha Sordvan Vanam Praja.
Maharaj
That was it. Any other questions?
zopakoval verš. Sú nejaké otázky ďalšie?
I looked around the audience.
Som sa
I
pozrel na
just completed a paper on Vanaprastha. I looked around the audience. I thought,
pozrel na publikum.
people were like looking at each other,
Oddaní sa pozreli na seba.
and I was like, almost scared to ask another question.
A dali sa spýtať ďalšie otázky.
You know, it's true.
Je to
It's
pravda.
in the scriptures. It must be true.
Je to v písme.
Prabhupada says everyone should do this.
Prabhupada povedal, každý by to mal.
It's there. You can read it.
Ja si tam môžete to
But,
prečítať.
you know, you have to read the whole thing. You have to understand it in its whole context.
Ale musíte si prečítať všetko a
Who you're talking to.
pochopiť to v celom kontexte, ku komu hovoríte.
There's a whole religion on this planet based upon this misuse of a statement
Aj celé náboženstvo na planete,
or
ktoré
misunderstanding
vlastne
of
je
it,
postavené na tom, že
misapplication, whatever you call it.
oni proste
Whole
neužili rôzne
That's
statementy
their
a
main
citáty.
line. Now you make, if you say 1 and 1 equals 3,
Poviete, že
Right.
1 sa rovná 3.
when you know obviously it's 4,
A viete, že to je 4.
everything else you do isn't going to work, is it?
Takže keď chceme urobiť, tak to
Start off with a false premise and everything else is wrong.
a vy máte nejakú akože premise.
So understanding, you know,
Falošný Že na začiatku je to zlé, tak potom všetko ostatné je
What
zlé.
is relevant?
Neviem, čo je relevantné.
Statements which may make ladies look like, they're like dirt almost sometimes.
Niekedy sú tam citáty, ktoré robia
Are
ženy
misunderstood or
ako špina.
misapplied.
To je nepochopené, zle aplikované.
These statements are for men particularly so that they become responsible.
Ale tieto statementy sú v skutočnosti pre mužov, aby sa stali
And they don't look at women as objects of, sex life and sense gratification.
Aby sa nedívali na ženy ako na objekty sexuálneho života a uspávania.
Warning. Vedic literatures were only given to the Brahmins and the Kshatriyas.
A tá vedecká literatúra bola daná len Brahmanom a Kshatriyom.
The Sudras would not study the Vedas.
Šudrovia
Weren't allowed to.
neštudovali vedu, to nebolo
They
dovolené,
misunderstand.
pretože oni by to zle pochopili.
Because there were no books in those days.
Vtedy neboli knihy, ale
And it was the duty of the Brahmins to give the relevant knowledge to all others relevant to their situation.
a to bolo povinnosť Brahmanov dať relevantné poznanie ostatným, ktoré bolo relevantné v ich danej situácii.
If you go to Naimishranya, how many ladies were sitting in the forest of Naimishranya listening to Sutta Goswami?
Keď sa do namyslenia, koľko žien tam sedelo, počúvalo Sutta Goswami. Ani jedna.
88,000 ladies.
Bolo tam 88,000 ostatných.
Why? Is discrimination? No.
Je to diskriminácia?
They are responsible for what goes on in society.
Nie, pretože oni sú zodpovední za to, čo
And
ide.
they're supposed to share this relevantly with all classes of society.
A oni to musia potom zdieľať relevantne s ostatnými
And not give you
triedami.
directions which are irrelevant or misused or disturbing you at certain
A nedávať vlastne inštrukcie, ktoré sú neurčité alebo vás odradzujú.
Anyway, Kali Yuga, what can you say? No leaders,
Ale je Kaliuga, takýto ľudí nesmú Kaliuga.
complicated age. Okay, we're going to have to finish at 5 after 9 and it's unlimited. We've only covered one of the topics here. We never even read that, how to deal with it.
Ja som chcel pokryť nejakú tému, ale som nedostali.
So we'll have to carry on tomorrow. Okay, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Chant Hare Krishna. Kirtan. Come together and have a lot of kirtan. We'll go.